After brutal gangsters invaded China's Great Wall, all the male members of each family were called to war.
The Huns have invaded China! By order of the Emperor, one man from every family must serve in the Imperial Army.
However, this girl's family had no men except her sick father. When the soldiers came, she tried to defend him.
Father, you can't go!
Mulan!
Please, sir. My father has already fought bravely.
Silence! You would do well to teach your daughter to hold her tongue in a man's presence.
But her father still insisted on going.
You shouldn't have to go.
Mulan.
There are plenty of young men to fight for China.
I will die doing what's right.
But if you...
I know my place. It is time you learned yours.
So she stole her father's armor and sword and went to the all-men's camp, guided only by her dragon.
What are you looking at?
Punch him is how men say hello. Good, now slap him on the behind. They like that.
Whoa!
Even when she was showering, a long time ago, in the northern border, the savage Huns have finally breached the Great Wall, led by the ruthless Shan Yu. Although the guards are killed by his men, the soldiers manage to light the beacon towers to alert the imperial city of the looming invasion.
Now all of China knows you're here.
Perfect.
Having been warned of their presence, the general suggests protecting the palace.
We'll set up defenses around your palace immediately.
But the emperor orders his men to defend the people instead.
No, send your troops to protect my people.
He then calls Chi Fu, his royal council, to send conscription notices throughout all the provinces, requiring one man from each family to join the Imperial Chinese Army. The general claims his men are enough to stop Shan Yu and his army, but the emperor explains that one man may be the difference between victory and defeat. Meanwhile, to the south, F.A. Mulan is the only daughter of the Honorable F.A. Zhou, a retired veteran of the Imperial Army who once served the emperor in his time. Mulan is an adventurous and spirited young woman, much to the dismay of her family, who hope she will bring honor to them by finding a capable suitor.
Honorable ancestors, please help Mulan impress the matchmaker today.
She's preparing to meet with the matchmaker to determine her fitness as a bride. While taking notes on her arm, she suddenly realizes she's about to be late for her appointment. After feeding the chickens with the help of their dog and serving tea for her ailing father, she quickly seeks her mother and grandmother, who await her in town so they can dress her up for her appointment. Before Mulan arrives, her grandmother brings a lucky cricket named Cricky.
This is your chance to prove yourself.
To test how lucky it is, she crosses the busy streets blindfolded, causing a small accident but coming out unharmed. She then claims the cricket truly is lucky.
Yep, this cricket's a lucky one!
They immediately prepare Mulan, cleaning, dressing, and painting her to be a proper bride according to tradition. Men honor their families by fighting for the emperor, while women bring honor by bearing sons. Her grandmother gives her an apple for serenity, a pendant for balance, beads of jade for beauty, and the cricket for luck. At the matchmakers, Mulan is deemed too skinny and unfit for bearing sons.
Too skinny. Not good for bearing sons.
When asked to recite the final admonition, Mulan manages to answer thanks to the notes written on her arm. When the matchmaker thinks she's cheating, she grabs Mulan's arm, thinking the notes are written on her fan. Then she asks Mulan to pour her some tea, explaining that to please her future in-laws, she must demonstrate dignity and refinement. As the matchmaker takes the cup, Mulan realizes the cricket is inside it, soaked. She tries to take it back, and as they fight over the cup, it spills all over the matchmaker.
Why, you clumsy!
Furious, the matchmaker tries to grab Mulan, but the cricket moves inside her dress, causing her to knock over the furnace and accidentally sit on burning coals. Mulan tries to help by fanning the flames, only making them burn brighter, then throws tea to extinguish the fire. Enraged, the matchmaker calls Mulan a disgrace to her family.
You are a disgrace! You may look like a bride, but you will never bring your family honor!
Mulan returns home humiliated and sulks in the garden, worried she'll never be the perfect bride or daughter. Her father comforts her, explaining that although she may be a late bloomer, the flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. Their moment is interrupted by the sound of drums announcing the arrival of an imperial messenger. Chifu proclaims that the Huns have invaded China and that the emperor has ordered one man from every family to serve in the army.
The Huns have invaded China! By order of the emperor, one man from every family must serve in the Imperial Army.
Since the elderly Fa Zhou is the only man in their family, he is forced to enlist. Mulan protests, explaining her father's poor health.
Father, you can't go.
Mulan!
Please, sir. My father has already fought bravely.
Silence! You would do well to teach your daughter to hold her tongue in a man's presence.
But Fa Zhou feels ashamed having his daughter speak for him. Later, Mulan witnesses her father struggling to practice his swordsmanship. At dinner, when the atmosphere turns silent, she tries to convince him not to go, insisting there are many younger men to fight.
You shouldn't have to go.
Mulan.
There are plenty of young men to fight for China.
He refuses, explaining it is an honor to serve and protect his country and family, and angrily tells her to know her place.
I will die doing what's right.
But if you...
I know my place. It is time you learned yours.
Heartbroken, Mulan walks away, realizing there's nothing she can do to stop him. That night, as rain pours, Mulan makes a decision. Fearing for her father's life, she cuts her hair, dons his armor, and disguises herself as a man to take his place. Her grandmother prays to the family's ancestors for Mulan's safety.
Ancestors, hear our prayer. Watch over Mulan.
While her mother begs Fa Zhou to go after her. But he refuses, explaining that if he reveals her, she will be executed. At the Fa family shrine, the great ancestor awakens after hearing their prayers, along with Mushu, a small red dragon and disgraced former family guardian, now demoted to awakening the spirits.
One family reunion coming right up. Okay, people look alive, let's go, come on, get up, let's move it, rise and shine, y'all, way past the beauty sleep thing, trust me.
I knew it, that Mulan was a troublemaker from the start.
Don't look at me, she gets it from your side of the family.
She's just trying to help her father.
After a debate, the great ancestor decides to send the powerful stone dragon to protect Mulan and orders Mushu to awaken it.
We must send the most powerful of all.
And your point is?
The point is, we will be sending a real dragon to retrieve Mulan.
What? I'm a real dragon!
You are not worthy of this spot. Now, awaken the great stone dragon.
However, Mushu accidentally destroys the statue, so he decides to go himself.
Great stone dragon, have you awakened?
Yes, I just woke up. I am the great stone dragon. Good morning. I will go forth and fetch Mulan.
Go! The fate of the Fa family rests in your claws.
Hoping to redeem his reputation by making Mulan a war hero, Mulan arrives at the training camp in Wuzhong, where new recruits are to gather. Before going in, she practices her speech and male identity with her horse, Khan.
Where do I sign in? I see you have a sword. I have one too. They're very manly and tough.
Just as she starts to lose confidence, Mushu appears, claiming to be sent by the ancestors to guide her.
Here's someone to ask for America! Let me hear you say, ow!
Ah!
That's close enough!
A ghost.
Get ready, Mulan, your serpentine salvation is at hand. For I have been sent by your ancestors to guide you through your masquerade.
Mulan doubts him, but Mushu insists that under his guidance, she'll pass as a man and return home a hero. Following Mushu's advice causes immediate trouble when Mulan meets fellow recruits Yao, Ling, and Qianpo.
What are you looking at? Punch him. It's how men say hello. Good. Now slap him on the behind. They like that.
Whoa!
Their argument quickly turns into a brawl, causing chaos in the camp. Meanwhile, in a nearby tent, General Li and his son Shang discuss strategy. The general plans to lead the main army to the Tengshao Pass to stop Shan Yu before he reaches the imperial city, leaving Shang in charge of training the new recruits. Chifu questions the decision, but the general insists Shang is more than capable, top of his class, skilled in training, and from a proud military lineage. When they leave the tent, they find the recruits fighting. Shang steps in, breaks up the fight, and gains a poor first impression of Mulan.
Soldiers!
He started it!
Who introduces herself as Ping.
What's your name?
Your commanding officer just asked you a question.
Ping was my best friend growing up.
It's Ping.
He orders everyone to clean the mess and prepare for training. The next day, training begins. The recruits struggle with every task, climbing a tall pole to retrieve an arrow using weights, sparring with staffs, archery, hand-to-hand combat, and mountain hikes carrying heavy rocks. Despite constant failure, Mulan refuses to give up and eventually retrieves the arrow at the pole's peak, earning Shang's respect. Over time, the recruits improve and grow into disciplined soldiers. After a long day, Mulan bathes in the lake, only to panic when Yao, Ling, and Qian Po join her. Mushu saves her from being discovered by pretending to be a snake, scaring them off. Later, Mulan and Mushu overhear Shang arguing with Chi-Fu, who insists his men are unfit and plans to convince the general not to send them into battle. To help Mulan prove herself, Mushu forges a letter from General Lai ordering Shang to bring his troops to the front lines. With the help of a panda disguised in armor, Mushu delivers the fake message to Chi-Fu.
Who are you?
Excuse me? I think the question is, who are you? We're in a war, man! There's no time for stupid questions! I should have your hat for that! Snatch it right off your head! But I'm feeling gracious today, so carry on before I report you.
The next day, the soldiers march into the mountains to join the Imperial Army. During the long, grueling trek, they keep their spirits up by imagining the women they're fighting for. However, when they arrive at a burned village, the one the Imperial Army was meant to protect, they find the battlefield littered with the fallen, including General Li himself. Realizing the Huns wiped out the entire force, the soldiers mourn in silence before continuing toward the Imperial city. As they cut through a mountain pass, Mushu accidentally sets off a cannon, revealing their position. Moments later, the Huns ambush them in a deadly rain of arrows. Outnumbered, they fight back with their remaining cannons until Shan Yu himself appears with hundreds of riders. With only one cannon left, Mulan cleverly uses it to trigger an avalanche that buries the entire Hun army. Before he was buried in the snow, Mulan and Shang managed to stay on top, riding on Khan to avoid being caught in the avalanche. As they were about to fall off the cliff, Mulan shot an arrow tied with a rope, which Yao caught. The soldiers then pulled them to safety. Soon after, Mulan collapsed from the wound she had received from Shan Yu. Later, the doctor treated Mulan's injuries, but reported to Shang that Ping was actually a woman disguised as a man. Although the law required her execution for committing treason, Shang spared her life and instead expelled her from the army, explaining that his debt to her was repaid after she had saved his life from the Huns. Mulan was left behind as the other soldiers departed for the Imperial city to report to the Emperor about their victory. However, Shan Yu and 5 of his trusted warriors had survived and were determined to continue their conquest, something Mulan witnessed as they headed toward the city below. Mulan quickly entered the city to warn Shang, who was receiving a hero's welcome after being credited for defeating the Huns. The Emperor later met with Shang, who presented him with Shan Yu's sword. Suddenly, Shan Yu's falcon appeared and snatched the sword away, returning it to its master. The Huns then emerged from the giant dragon parade float, ambushing the crowd and capturing the Emperor as they seized the palace. Shang and his men tried to break through the palace doors, but couldn't. Mulan called out to her friends Yao, Ling, and Qian Po, telling them she had an idea. Inside the palace, Shan Yu demanded that the Emperor bow to him, but the Emperor calmly replied,
"No matter how the wind howls, a mountain cannot bow to it."
Meanwhile, Yao, Ling, and Qian Po disguised themselves as concubines, using scarves to climb the palace pillars. Catching the Huns off guard with their disguises, they knocked them unconscious, allowing Shang to rush in and try to save the Emperor. When Shan Yu raised his sword to strike, Shang intercepted the attack, and Qian Po escorted the Emperor out to safety. Mulan cut the rope bridge to prevent Shan Yu from chasing after them, trapping both of them inside the palace. Furious at losing his chance at victory, Shan Yu attacked Shang, but Mulan intervened, declaring that she was the one who stole his victory. She then lured him onto the roof, where she disarmed him using a fan. After signaling Mushu, Mulan pinned Shan Yu down as Mushu fired a massive skyrocket straight at him, launching him into the fireworks tower, where he was killed in the explosion. Chi-Fu and the Emperor emerged from the palace after the fireworks display. The emperor initially reprimanded Mulan but then surprised everyone by praising her for saving China. In gratitude, he bowed before her, and the entire crowd followed suit, honoring Mulan for her bravery. The emperor then suggested making Mulan a member of his royal council. When Chifu claimed that no positions were open, the emperor teasingly suggested she could take Chifu's job instead. Mulan politely declined, explaining that she wanted to return home to her family. The emperor gifted her his crest and Shan Yu's sword so that her family would know what she had done for him and for China. After saying her goodbyes, Mulan returned home with Mushu and Kriki. Upon seeing her, her father was overjoyed. She presented him with the emperor's gifts to honor the FA family, but he pushed them aside and embraced her, saying that the greatest gift and honor was having her as his daughter. As Mulan's grandmother jokingly complained that she should have brought home a man instead of a sword.
Great, she brings home a sword. If you ask me, she should have brought home a man.
Excuse me.
Shang arrived at their doorstep, pretending to return Mulan's helmet.
Does Fa Mulan live here? Thank you.
Woo! Sign me up for the next war.
Mulan invited him to stay for dinner, which he graciously accepted. Meanwhile, at the family shrine, the great ancestors celebrated as Mushu was reinstated as the family's guardian once again. Mulan thanked Mushu by kissing him on the forehead, grateful for everything he had done. The end. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos, and don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest uploads. See you next time.